everybody, thank you so much for joining me on today's video. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Rozitta and this is the place where we embody truth. Today I'm coming to you live from Kisumu City, you guys. I traveled all the way from Nakuru to Kisumu just to meet this wonderful couple whom we're about to see in a few seconds. We are going to be doing episode 2 of our Love Truth. If you haven't subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Steve, Kioko and Gentrix Mbithe. Thank you so much guys for joining me on today's video for this episode of our Love Truth. Maybe you can just introduce yourself to our viewers or kujue venye mnataka kujulikana.
My name is Gentrix Mbithe. I'm a wife to Steven Dicey Kioko.
Hey, unasema venye zimeandikwa kwa, but it's nice.
Yeah.
In case someone wants to write a check.
That's how. No. By the way, if you want to write a check, those are the names to use. Not mine though.
Yeah, the Steven has a PH.
Steve Hen, and married to Steve Hen for 3 years.
Wow.
For 3 years, 3 years, 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years, 2 months. It's been wonderful. We have a son together who's soon turning 1 year. So yay!
Congrats.
We are grown-ups now. Yeah, so we're blessed with one son.
Yeah.
Firstborn of many. As the Lord helps us. Of course, it's God who gives children as gifts. So we'll continue to trust Him for many more.
Amen.
So long as we have the strength.
The strength to have them.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, my name is Steven. Okay, I'm supposed to look at Rozitta.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Steven Kioko. Ndaisi is my name, so she's Ndaisi. The babies will be Ndaisi, so we'll be the Ndaisis. We are the Ndaisis. Yeah. I'm happy to be here. I'm married to Gentrix Mbithe Ndaisi. Yeah, she had to tell you that's how it reads in her ID because she changed her name.
And she feels good about that.
Yeah. Mebaki bank details and M-Pesa.
Okay.
Don't worry, coming soon.
So how, you said you've been married for 3 years. Is marriage what you expected it to be?
Yes and no.
Yeah, exactly. Like I tried to say yes and no, but go ahead.
Yes and no. Of course, those are cliche answers, but yes and no. Today I was just thinking on my own that people probably who have experience when they're joining marriage are people who are remarrying. But it's sad. It's sad that the other marriage didn't work out.
Yeah.
So even that experience is
Still, different.
Yeah. So marriage, I think there's what to expect, and then there's when you now land on the ground.
So what did you expect, and what did you find?
Reality.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm listening.
I think there was all that growing up, seeing, fathers normally sit down or husbands sit down and the wife is the one running
The
around.
kitchen, home, washing.
And then unafika hapa unaulizwa leo tutakula nini? You'd think that once you get married, food will just be coming like you'll now be taking care of bigger issues and how to prevent Kenya from getting into war with another country. Then all of a sudden you're being asked, nitolee hizo nyama kwa fridge. Yeah, so it's normal. Let me just say it's normal. Yeah, sijawahi. And this is true for so many husbands watching. You can just write on the comments when was the last time your wife brought you maji.
But we have sinks nowadays.
Me, I saw men who had sinks but still
sat
down and for ground.
I mean, time has changed.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
How about you, Gentrix?
My expectations, yes, I had expectations. Some of them have been met and exceeded. Like, I mean, it's not a duty for him to do all that, like get into the kitchen, help me. I'll mention out loud, the baby has bonded more with the dad. I don't think it's very common. I know there are dads who do that, but I don't think it's very common for men to stay home with the baby, feed him, change his diaper, stuff like. So the expectations that I had that were met and exceeded. There's also another side of it that yes, there are few disappointments, but there are things that I can live with. Yeah.
So whatever he does, you feel like it's a privilege.
Yes.
And it's not a right.
Yes, exactly. So it's really an addition.
It's bonus.
I know.
Plus.
Like I know I got a husband.
Yeah.
And someone who I can consult on. Babe, tununue curtain color. Babe, by the way, like I so much value his opinion when it comes to homemaking. I'm closing my eyes because out there it is expected. I know the homemaking bit of it. I do that, but he's so involved.
Okay.
So for me that's a plus. Yeah. What he doesn't do, and I don't mind, is holding my hand when we are walking out there. Like I'm your wife.
Hold my hand.
Like I don't mind. Like hold my hand more often. Hold my hand more often. I don't mind. Like I feel and then I will give you by the way. Do not let go. Hallelujah. What God has put together.
No man.
But all is well.
Back to when you were both single. Namjaonana, you're not dating. Namjuani. Okay, I don't know kama mnajuana from kitambo, but when you were single, how was your life?
I used to be very independent. I used to be very. I am saying I used to be. Let me say because I was single.
Because marriage is working on you.
Because marriage is I used to be very principled and so independent. I was the type that was saying, my husband knows this story. I was going to study medicine and go to Garissa, set up a clinic there.
You had to go study medicine in China.
I was going to study medicine. In short, I was very focused and like there's a way I had planned my life. And it didn't involve men, really. Like marriage was something that wasn't in the plan.
Thinking about it, obsessed with
no, and men. Yes, actually, I'll tell you, I had a boyfriend, the only boyfriend I had, apart from my husband, who eventually became my husband. Okay, I'm not sure.
This is a safe space.
Oh my goodness, please do not throw stones because he knows himself, of course. I don't think he'll be able to. I don't think you're friends. You're not friends, by the way, because it's back in, but you never know.
This is a small world,
so he kuna statement he came up with for me, like jiwe, like I'm a rock, like I'm unmovable, mgumu feelings. Those are some of the reasons he gave when he broke up with me, that I am just so emotionless. EQ, by the way. EQ yangu iko so really it wasn't something. Marriage, no. Singlehood, nilikuwa so focused. I was a very focused girl.
How about you?
In terms of EQ?
How was your life like?
Well, I think I was also very focused, but not this kind of focused. My focus was more on
God,
on the Lord.
Going to heaven.
In fact, one of the things, for the longest time in high school, growing up, those of us who grew up in Christian households and Christian environments, moving against the current was a plus, you know. So me, when I joined campus, I even told myself, Mimi, naona hapa kuna mayhem. Everyone almost, it's as if their life is incomplete without dating. Mimi, for the sake of just moving and feeling good that I'm moving, I will live out of this place single.
So he wanted to check campus while he's single. He's not looking at.
Imagine not for any other reason, but just
to rebel that.
Yes.
To prove people wrong that you can actually come to campus and live alone.
And not live single after wasting people's
single
like
and
single
intact.
And single indeed.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
did you guys meet?
We met in Beats.
Yeah, our
We
meeting
have
came
all
in
the
bits.
time.
I
Yeah.
mean,
All the time.
Actually, the question you normally answer to is, when did you know each other?
Okay.
Then this no is an upgraded no.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That-
not just
yeah.
knowing her name.
Yeah.
Now
and-
knowing
and
her
face.
beyond her name and face.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because we
answer.
grew up in the same church
Ah, you're in
from
the same
childhood.
church.
So I used to see her, we were teens together.
Did you ever look at her funny? Like,
Interesting.
Funny how? Funny
yeah.
positive, funny negative.
Yeah, funny positive.
Funny positive, no.
Yeah, Ilea, she might be.
See you hear the description from the former boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, this was not someone you want. This was not someone you want
You look
to.
at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were the sister. Now I'm telling you Sunday school stories. The sister and I used to sing a lot of good songs.
Okay.
Songs that some of us only heard in the radio. In fact, we had a nickname for them. We used to call them Imagine Me.
Well,
Yeah.
because they used to love that song.
Yeah.
We used to sing every time presentations. They would march and go ahead and sing Imagine Me. Which other song? And it's around Christmas. They would sing Christmas shoes, like without instruments, without nothing. But you'd feel as if the radio is on.
Eish.
Yeah. So those are the times.
Yeah.
Probably you'd look at them nicely, like wow, that's wow. You know, I don't know if Rozitta you know about music. Like where
She does. I mean,
where they're transposing in the original song.
Wanafanya.
They will. I
Like
know
it's a copy
they are
paste.
teenagers. They're like you
yeah, copy
wanna
pasting exactly.
like
okay.
the only missing piece is the instruments.
Wow.
Like they were that good. They are that good.
They are. They still are.
Yeah.
they
so
still
How,
are.
when did you know each other, Ilea?
So fast forward a few years later. Mtainsert hiyo, a few years later. I'm kidding. Pole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We were just hanging out. We had this bond.
Yeah.
So you move. For those of you who have been in Sunday school in the same church, you move classes. So by this point you were teens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had this very good culture. I think I highly commend that culture. In spite of our differences, because we used to have differences, different cliques and teenagehood.
Yeah.
But somehow we used to like go to the beach and celebrate each other's birthday.
Even
Yeah,
if
we
you
put
don't know
all
each
those
other.
differences aside. As long as we know someone, he or she is in this class.
I mean,
They
let's
have a
go
birthday.
celebrate.
Very informal by the way. You know, mi niko na 10 bob, uko na 40, kwa 50 tunachanga, tunabai keki,
Go
tunabai
hang out.
juo na maji, maji ya beach si.
Yeah.
We go on disposable cups and then
Yeah.
So on this particular hangout, I don't know if it was just a birthday or it was a farewell, because a majority of them
For
were
us.
joining campus. Me, I was already in campus. Like I'd done one semester in KU. So when people are saying where they're going, by the way, we never even had numbers. Like we were even in
phone
separate
numbers.
cliques.
No.
Like we were not, like she's not, we had no reason to have each other's number.
Yeah, because
Until that day.
Yeah.
When she said she's joining KU, and I'm like, no.
Okay.
There's no way you're joining KU and I
I
don't
was
have your
in
number.
KU,
I was
yeah.
in KU, I can help you navigate.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't to be in session that time. So I needed a number so that tell her where to go.
Yeah, especially with first year and the long queues and you don't know KU really at USG which department. Exactly.
Now that was the beginning of me knowing her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And since that time ya kujuana mlianza dating, when did you ask her,
Officially.
to be your girlfriend?
Where?
Long stories here.
The long one or the
I'd
short
love to
version?
hear this from Gentrix.
Okay. Sawa. And me, I will commit myself to not interject.
But no,
Yes.
feel free.
No, feel free.
Yeah, so we exchanged numbers, yes. So like he said, I was in campus, but he was not. So we used to chat a lot, even after helping me navigate the first day registration and all that. We still kept in touch. So that was in 2011. 2012 he joined me in campus. I think interim session, that's when we used to be together.
Yeah.
So we interacted now physically here. I mean, like we used to meet in the CU, like I used to go to his room, we watch sermons and poetry.
How old were you when you first entered my room?
I really struggled. By the time I went to his room, I really struggled. Like, nilikwambia mimi na wanaume. Ati kuingia men's hostel. Mimi nipatikane men's hostel.
Ni before 10 hata giza
during the day. Even during the day. Ati I don't have a class, he's free. Hey, by the way, alinisaidia sana. So, he was focused on God. Your front, he really helped me. Like while we were together during that semester, that's what we used to do a lot. Watch sermons and spoken words and what else did we used to watch? Just hang out. Like I grew a lot from those interactions. So I think in the middle of all that, a connection grew. In the middle of the texting, in the middle of meeting up and watching stuff together, a connection grew. So at the end of that,
connection that was not envisioned, neither was it planned for.
And
that's true. No, it just came naturally. But that's why
things just started happening.
And that's why we normally say, I mean, you give time to the people you love. If you spend so much time with someone, there's something that is bound to grow.
Like Rozitta, we can prophesy where your boyfriend will come from. It's actually as simple as the people you hang
around with. Trust
me, no one will land from heaven tomorrow and tell you, Rozitta, be my girlfriend. No, the brothers who are floating around you.
So out of all that interaction, so at the end of that semester, I think he opened up. He said, I think I feel something for you, but I am not ready to pray about it or to commit. Msela kwambia he's not ready to pray about it. Like anafikiria anakupenda but hajisikii. Hajisikii hata kuconsult God. I mean, that was hurting.
Na sijisikii kuanzisha relationship.
Na hajisikii kuanzisha. Imagine
but sikuwa na capacity.
He made things by now committing. So
1 year later.
1 year later.
Exactly 1 year later.
So that was in August 2012. 10th August 2012. I remember. I remember. He called me to his room before his last paper. He told me he failed that paper. By the way.
Who fails communication skills?
Maybe because you are terrible at it.
No, it's because I was being punished for telling someone.
God's daughter.
Siko ready, lakini najua kuna kitu hapa.
You hurt my feelings. Of course you will pay. So he tells me that, but now I'll tell you my side of the story when it came to that conversation. For me, it didn't really hurt me as much as it should have hurt me, because for me that was a confirmation. I suffered that whole semester because I didn't know whether this guy likes me or not. Like I was in a confused, because exactly, because this guy is spending so much time with me. He's a leader in the CU. He spends, his time with other people. So I'm wondering, am I special or am I among others?
The rest.
Yes. So really, when he told me he feels something for me, I was like, yes, like good, like. I'm not as confused as I thought I was, or rather you've cleared things up. So from there on, acha tuachie Mungu. So a year later, fast forward, no, not really a year later. Hiyo ni August 10th, 2012. December, he offers to buy me a ticket to a show in church yenye Churchill was hosting. Adina in church yenye Churchill alikuwa attend. So me, I just asked him, you want to buy me a ticket as who?
By the I've never been asked that question. We've been friends, and then all of a sudden, naulizwa unaninulia kama nani.
But we are friends. But when you take it to that level of you're spending money on me now,
but I'd made some
and
money.
it wasn't a cheap ticket. Was it
that long? It was 2K. I remember.
Imagine. So me, I was very uncomfortable because one, you just came from telling me that you have feelings for me, but you're not ready to commit. So now you want to unataka tu kunihang tu hapo. Like you just want, I know. No,
but it was not nice asking me as who, surely.
No, he never. That's true.
Plus it's church, very safe.
You don't treat a lady well and then just leave her hanging.
Yeah.
You need to know.
So that now prompted him, I think, to like now sit down and think. So we actually didn't go to that show. I think, had you bought the ticket?
No, I didn't.
No. Yeah. So that now made us think, by the way, what are we? Yeah, so we decided to take a little bit of, rather press pause a little bit to try and figure out what was going on. So that's the time now we decided to take a little bit of a break, because I think our greatest undoing was that we used to talk, we used to share our every detail. Oh, nimeamka, oh natembea, oh sijui lecturer, oh sijui what, oh nimekula, oh nimepatana na nani. That exactly. So I think that was our greatest undoing. So we decided, so that we make a sober decision, let's cut off communication, so that you don't influence me, because I mean you might give me time to pray about it, but so long as you're talking to me, you influence exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So we decided to just cut off communication kabisa, so that now when we're deciding to pray, we are sober and listening to God and not to his messages,
and not under the influence of each
not
other.
under the influence of each other.
You've mentioned kwamba when you were just friends, you didn't think kwamba he might be the one, she might be the one.
Yeah.
You know, we have so many singles nowadays.
Wait, Rozitta. She even knew how the one looks like.
Yeah,
that's how much we talked.
We talked so much. Mpaka alikuwa ameshanidescribia the kind of ideal wife or girlfriend. Like he had told me, I want this girl, I want this tribe, I want me. I'm thinking, okay, you tell me. Like me, I was disqualified. Disqualified because his list didn't match my qualities.
Okay.
Yeah, so me, I was just a friend there. He was sharing everything he wants to share, and I'm here thinking, oh, okay, I've been disqualified. I've been disqualified. So anyway, so praying. You were saying something.
I was asking. We have so many singles when you make friends with somebody.
Yeah.
You start talking, and immediately, within a very short time, unajiamulia, he might be the one. Ama she might be the one, and then naenda huko mbele you realize this is not working. Do you think the fact that you didn't think about she might be the one, he might be the one, do you think you were
biased? Like you were not biased.
Like you're not biased.
Like it wasn't a premeditated, like wait, I'm pursuing you because I want you to be like we just flowed.
And then we had also sat under many teachings which debunked the one thingy. So hii kitu lazima ni effort. Okay, not really effort. Like it's there are a million ladies, not a million, I'm exaggerating. There are 1,000 ladies in the CU. I'm here, I need one. Each of them can be a candidate for the one.
So there's no.
So fatalism, who fed as in that already had already been. So you are free people. Even when I was describing to her the kind of person I want, it wasn't like the one. Those were just the things I would like.
Really. Wow. So there was no premeditated thought of Kioko is my friend, but I want him to be the one. Not really. It was just more of building friendship, and it got us there. Praise God. Friendship.
So at what point did Kioko decide not to make this official?
2013, August 10th.
Okay.
August 10th. A year later.
During a friend's wedding.
So, oh my goodness. It's a long story. Oh gosh, So we took about 7 months to pray, no communication, nothing about 7 months. Yes.
By the way, you're praying alifanya peke yake. I'm sorry to say.
You see this guy? I'm the one.
I prayed the last few weeks of that 7 months.
That's true. He prayed the last 7 days of those 7 months. Me, I prayed continuously because I'm the type of person who doesn't like to be put in between. Like, I need to know which side I'm at, really.
I feel you.
Like, I need to know. So I didn't mind God confirming every day of those 7 months. I'd be more at peace, more than, like, God, where are you leading me today? So I kept praying every day. And for me, that helped really to get me through it.
Let
because,
me ask you this question. Sasa kwa hiyo maombi, what were you telling God?
What was I telling God? Do I remember?
Like,
it was in phases. It was in phases. So when we first began, it was more of, Lord, what is your will? It was more of, because the one of the conditions of taking the break was if you meet someone else, please go ahead and start the relationship. Like we were free from each other. Like if God leads you on a different direction, please go ahead. So I wasn't there praying, please show me if Kioko is the one. It was more of God work on me. Like tell me what I need to do, you know, like show me what is your will for my life when it comes to relationship. So like after now, I know I sound I sound very spiritual. But I mean, God speaks differently to different people. True. I mean, for me, He used to do it through dreams. Dreams. And then it got to a point where now God may confirm. For me, like I said, I prayed every day. So after God confirmed, my heart settled a little bit. But then it got to a point now, I started telling God, I can't be hung overed on this relationship. Like I'm waiting for August. That's the time we decided we'll give each other feedback. But I can't stay there. I need to be doing something. I can't just sit and wait. Like, so I told God, please help me do something productive as I'm waiting for that time, so that it's not just sitting and waiting for August. Sasa, you are my boyfriend. You're my girlfriend. You're my boyfriend. So it was really in stages of asking God, this is your will, I can confirm, and then on to now what do I do? Yeah, like I need to keep myself busy so that my mind is not just focused on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to get married?
Okay, on 10th August 2013.
Yeah.
August is your day.
The day we decided to start the relationship officially, that's when we decided, or rather...
it was not a relationship.
Let's see where it goes.
The end was defined.
Yes.
Wow.
Because people do dating so that they can know the other person. I felt I'd already
known each other.
In fact, the greatest challenge, if I ever went the direction I had started going in my 7 months, she was praying me, I was...
He was trying to get someone else. Acha tu tuseme.
Kagonga mwamba vibaya sana.
God alikuwa anasikiza Gentrix.
Me, I'm telling my prayers.
No, it's not like I went ask the girl, I want a relationship with you. Nilianzisha tu ubeshte, nikaona hii ubeshte I go through. Haina breakthrough. Natuma SMS asubuhi, najibiwa usiku. Na Gentrix alikuwa hata before he land amesha respond. Tinajua utakuuliza nimemkaje nimemkaje. Anyway. Like I mean, I wasn't getting that friendship going, and friendship is very foundational. So the day we came back on 10th August 2013, walking back to KU, you know, it's a very weird feeling. Like you went out single.
And you're coming back, in a committed relationship.
So some of the thoughts that went through my mind were, if I got into a relationship with any other person, they would have really struggled to
break this friendship,
to get to the level of this friendship, and that's always a red light, especially when you have when you're planning to get married or to get into a relationship. Previous friendships of the opposite gender, especially if they were at a level where your current boyfriend or wife cannot get there, forever be a threat. I mean, imagining someone visiting us here and they're finishing my sentences.
And I'm just I'm the wife.
Like we have inside jokes. I just say red light. And anacheka naanguka, wife ako red light ni.
I get you. It's like
we can't explain.
Having a boyfriend who has a best friend who's a lady.
Exactly, of the opposite gender.
So I was walking down Nyayo, taking her to Nyayo hostels, saying that I'm really grateful that I get to have a girlfriend, my future wife, who is actually I mean.
So you like to be called future wife?
No, woman of God.
No. I know he's
Anyway.
kidding, but the girlfriend didn't really overwhelm with me. I felt as if
Anyway,
I'm being...
Girlfriend is
but your
still-
official portfolio was girlfriend.
Yeah,
That
fine.
particular time.
Let's say yes.
Yeah, so I was counting my blessing that I'm actually getting a future wife, a girlfriend who is also my friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
And
That's
a
That's
future wife.
Hey, Rozitta, we ngoja uolewe.
I
Marriage huku mbele kanyinyi si mabeshte.
That's
She's
true.
that.
Aye.
That's very true.
Because that's how
that
will you be
friendship-
running away from home to hang out with your boys
Anyway,
simply
Yeah.
because you can't stand
Yeah.
and he's
like when the basic minimums have been met,
Yeah.
umeshiba nini
You
etc.
go.
She's still there.
I mean, yeah. Like,
Ai, asubuhi nimeamka ni
Yeah.
usiku uko na insomnia ni
yeah.
so if she's not your friend,
Becomes very boring.
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So you got married on the what date was it?
11th November 2017.
Okay, let me ask this question for couples who are planning to get married. Briefly, how was your process, the planning process? How
Yeah.
was it for you financially?
Yeah.
Stuff?
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, how was it? I think we started early in terms of brainstorming, in terms of
even saving up.
budgeting, saving up. I mean, we started dating in 2013 knowing we are getting married. We can't just
that's good
sit.
timing.
We can't just sit and say
wait.
at 2017 things
Yeah.
will happen. No,
You
we started saving with that in mind. Saving with that in mind. Planning the wedding, we started in 2016.
So
Because there's a lot that goes into wedding planning, really. Because you need to plan visits to parents, you need to
Yeah,
plan
the whole-
venue, you need to plan bridesmaids, your
Yeah,
team, you need to
I know.
plan,
Yeah.
officiating party, stuff like that, all these things. So you start brainstorming early so that you don't run up and down
The last
final
minute.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So saving up, start brainstorming early. Networks, not because of the wedding, but keep friendships also. Yeah, so friends really came through for us.
Also referrals for service
Referrals,
providers.
yeah. So friends also work well with the referrals and all that. So the planning wasn't. Was it? Yeah,
It was hectic on my side. I was working in Kisumu. The
Yes.
premarital counseling was in
Nairobi,
and the wedding was in Mombasa.
What?
Yeah.
We sip, we sip something.
Yeah. So like the times it was in Nairobi, we made sure that we attended classes.
And we made sure committee pia ina meet hiyo
Na
time.
committee ina meet your time mostly
Yeah.
yenye akora. Yeah, so we had a wedding committee to help us raise funds if you're asking about the funds for the wedding. And then go ahead, baby, I interjected you. Hectic for you.
Yeah. So I was actually living in Maseno. So I have to go to, and the classes on Mondays.
Yeah, Monday most of
So
the
I
time.
have to go to maybe on a Friday or a Saturday. Sunday afternoon we do wedding committee. Then Monday and
class,
then because
then
for us
follow
Monday
back.
ni off day where I work. So and then now after hiyo kesho yake sasa Tuesday I can talk with my supervisor, see if I can work remotely or I use that day for traveling. So
Yeah.
it was hectic those last few months. And then now there was the committee in Mombasa for execution.
Yes.
Task
Committee
force.
Yes, task force.
Whom we met
Yeah.
few days to the wedding.
Thursday wedding is Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be sure not everything.
Went
Something
well.
was lost in translation.
During the yes, in short, the wedding wasn't as perfect as you'd want it to be because one, we are all over the place. We are not in Mombasa because most of the service providers were from Mombasa, so we didn't quite interact with them very well. So there were a little bit of disappointments here there. So those are like the disadvantages of planning a wedding while you're very far away. You know, when you're in the ground, you can even vizuri. Yeah, so those are a few challenges we had, but I mean, still God gave
You
us
really
the perfect
did have a
day.
good day. I
Yes,
saw your
we God
photos.
gave us a good day.
Yeah.
Perfect
You've
day.
mentioned premarital counseling. What's the importance of that?
Just to get a feel.
I think I'll go back to my very first
Yeah,
statement on people have no experience with their joining marriage.
exactly.
Neither does PMC give you
The
experience.
complete experience.
They give
It's not
you
experience.
They give you what?
What to expect. Of course, they mention what to expect.
Yes.
Mention a few principles that help you. I mean, you also don't want, it's the same, you can't walk into, hey baby, high five. I'm giving an analogy.
Okay, yeah, she's poor with
Analogies.
So
like Madam Lani, he's very good. So it's like, I mean, you go into an exam room, but you're not like 100% prepared. You probably won't get 100%, but I mean, you read for it. Yes, you prepared for it. So premarital counseling gives you a bit of principles, gives you what to expect, but the real experience is when you get into marriage. So it can't really
muscle kwa analogy.
Muscle.
Ni kama mbaliza it for 4 alafu sasa unaanguka workplace.
Exactly. So it kind of helps. There's a very important good aspect of premarital counseling, but the best
in terms
experience
of posture, the posture you enter marriage with, imekufunza hata ku manage expectations, imekufunza,
it has mentions all, it mentions all those things.
Imekufunza like
imekuambia manze mkifika hapa and do this
even potential pitfalls, potential, but there is a lot of room now for you to experience.
As
it's one of those things that you never really like say now me nipatiwe masters yangu ya marriage kwenye imewekwa. No, you quite never graduate.
What challenges did you go through when you were just dating and courting?
The flesh.
Okay, that was the only one you could think of. You know, Paul says in the Bible, I normally say if you have many reasons to get married, one of the second last, not one of the second last. I mean, if it's second last, it's one. The second last reason should be, or the last reason, Paul says it. Do not burn with passion.
Okay.
Get married.
Get married.
So
Paul gives that as a reason to get married.
Of course, it's not my top 100, but it's a critical one. It's still a reason. So I'm just connecting that with the struggle she's saying.
Those are like, I mean, you love this person, you're tied to this person, you spend time with this person. You want this person, but you can't want him at that point because
the Lord is my shepherd.
Okay, let's go ahead.
I shall not want
this question straight away. Before you guys got married and stuff, let me ask you a sensitive question. Did you abstain?
Oh, me or her?
Both of you.
Oh gosh, no, he's because we helped each other abstain. But you see, I also mentioned, and the way I've understood you asking me or her, I had a boyfriend before anyway. So maybe, but anyway, so I think the Lord helped us.
The Lord really helped us.
Really, honestly.
Ukiona watu wakidance, wakigo bazak, wakiimba tu umeona mkono wake.
Nguvu delia. Mpweza.
Sisi huo mkono tuliona tukauhisi.
So
like there was this phrase hanging by a thread. Like his mercies were just fresh, not every morning, every
like I'm right now I'm replaying all the different scenes we had or other opportunities we had, and I'm thinking, how did
Don't
we
call
get
them opportunities, they sound positive.
Opportunities. I mean, we found ourselves in this place yenye manze kama tungetoroka. That was the day.
So how did you guys manage? I mean, it's not common to come by a young couple that is abstaining totally.
Oh gosh.
Okay, maybe just a disclaimer. Again, you know by now you know my background. You know, getting into campus, you want to go counterculture. And this is one of the street cred. Boss. You know, like shikilia uzito. I didn't touch that girl. Waiting for marriage.
Yes, I mean, you can be prideful about
the disclaimer I want to put is that doesn't make us God's favorites.
Yes.
It's not like now we have a special place
in heaven.
So that at the end of the day, it's for your encouragement. I think it's purely the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord, of course, and our legs.
I know. That's what I mean. Yeah. So God has provided the grace to abstain and to overcome the temptations and all that. But there's also a part that we need to play. He tells us flee. Flee. Just try. Use your legs.
And then it's interesting. It's flee sexual immorality.
Yeah.
Alafu mtaka kuongeza hapo, but she's my girlfriend. Why is it immoral?
I'm going to
I know. Like people give all those sorts of reasons.
It's interesting.
Like why can't I?
And trust you me though, hizo rationalization zote zinakuanga.
Especially yes.
That's why I'm telling you, the strongest part of your body is your legs at that point. Just trust them to carry your head away.
Yeah.
Because your head is leaning towards
something.
You're sure ushalipata dawa surely.
I know.
Hata unamari kesho surely.
Like why? I mean. Yeah.
So the Lord's grace and your legs.
Yes, and accountability.
And of course accountability.
Tell us more about accountability.
You remember when I say that, I mean, getting into a men's hostel was a no-no for me.
Yeah.
So I think the first time I eventually came to his room, I came with a friend.
Of course, over time, when there was no relationship, it was a crowd. It was never, even though someone
tried
she's
to be
saying
in crowds,
it was a crowd.
So, but no, not to say that we didn't find ourselves together alone in a room. We did.
That's where the legs came in.
And also, like friends, like also keeping our relationship out there also helped us try and maintain ushuhuda. I mean, imagine.
Do you know what ushuhuda means?
Ushuhuda testimony.
Like maintaining. Ushuhuda was a big word growing up.
People know that you're relating. So, I know that you want to please God, but you also have a standard to maintain. So, it put a lot of pressure on us to just try and maintain that's an testimony. To keep the testimony. So that also helped us. I think having a relationship peer, of course it's different. It's different for people.
Gentrix was not feeling well. And they can't trace where she's not feeling well. And the mom asked her, by the way, siniibishe?
Are you pregnant? Because I was feeling so unwell, but I couldn't figure out what it is. Nikanda hosi nothing. Like you don't have malaria, you don't have. So what is this thing?
So it was funny. It was funny.
I know.
Like really. And then you're a little also pushed back, like, oh,
really? That's what your mother thinks? About you.
As a college couple, how did you manage to stay together to the end? Because we know right now, our generation, as long as you're a college couple, wanaambiana wewe wanaambia mtachana tu. After graduation, mnaachana tu. So how did you guys manage that?
It's interesting because what was our vision for marriage?
20 graduation.
We float inside joke.
Yeah.
Like every time we would visualize marriage, our date was 20 graduation. Like whenever graduation is happening, sometimes these graduations were not very ujui wewe ni wa July, wewe ni wa December.
So waiting for graduation in short, that's what was keeping us from getting married.
So you were looking forward to graduation
so that we can get married. Yes. So for us, the graduation
from the
wasn't
word
the
go.
ceiling.
Like in short, I think this thingy of mtachana tu, it's just a college thingy that you're having. That wasn't, for us it wasn't just a college thing. For us, in short, how you envision it. I mean, have bigger visions for your relationship, then it won't be just mtachana tu. Because if you're just passing time with this guy, maybe that will be your story. But if you're serious with them and you're actually planning life ahead,
you'll be looking forward to that graduation so that then one hurdle down.
So planning and having this certain vision for your relationship really helped us to stick to it. And of course, intentionality. Things don't just happen. Don't just stay committed. You don't just stay committed to this person during college and after. After kwanza, it becomes hard because immediately he went to Eldoret. So there was some, actually, after campus, our relationship was long distance.
So we thank God for campus.
So campus for us
was a good foundation.
Yes, and
because I was in Eldoret, then I was even out of the country.
Yeah.
So the time we spent, our relationship was 4.5 years.
Yeah, 4.5.
The half of it, not half of it, 2 years of it,
Yeah.
it was long distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember there was a time you were.
Yeah. In Norway.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Yeah.
So 2 years it was long distance,
One
and
in-
then
yeah. One in Eldoret, one in Norway, and the other one now he was in Kisumu while we were planning the wedding. He was in Kisumu, I was in
so
Nairobi.
let's say 50% of our relationship where we were together, it was in campus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
How was long distance for you, Gentrix?
Like I said, oh gosh, be intentional, communicate. I know it's so very cliche, but if you actually implement, it works for you.
Communication.
Yes, and
Communication
being
is key.
intentional, and then
communicate even the tiny things. You know,
small things even.
when you are not dating, you are saying almost everything, and there's a temptation. Now that you're relating, you want either kutaka kuchoka,
Usichoke.
because then for long
Yeah.
distance communication works as in
It's a very huge plus.
I almost wanted to say it's everything, but it's not everything, but it's
Yeah.
very, very important.
Yeah,
It plays a
Yeah.
huge role.
very.
Yeah. Because she's almost up to date
Exactly.
with my growth.
Because people grow apart when they start knowing what is happening in, like there's a rift if you stop communicating. Because he's in Norway, he tells me ameamka, because even time difference was
Yes,
not
2
very
hours, 1
huge.
hour at some
Also
point
that
of the
worked for us because saa moja huku ni saa tatu. Was it saa tatu ama
No, it was
behind?
just 1 hour, 2 hours,
Nyinyi mlikuwa
depending.
mbele?
Hata sikumbuki.
Yeah, but it was just 2 hours different, so it wasn't really much.
Okay, so
But
you're able to
yeah, so like I'm updated on what is going on in his life. He's updated, so there's no rift really. We're still almost at par. Only that the only thing missing is the physical meetings.
Okay.
Yeah,
You've been married 3 years now, but you've known each other for so long.
yeah.
What do you think is the greatest undoing of relationships nowadays?
Yeah, I'd want to go
Okay.
back a little bit to the whole point of why we still held on post-graduation.
Yeah.
And I think that also comes in hand in your previous question on abstaining.
Yeah.
I think if a guy is having everything, surely.
You can say what everything is. We don't want to assume.
Like if you guys are doing, and I'm saying
Everything married
in
couples
as much
do.
as people look down on that reason from Apostle Paul, if your body is burning with passion, it's critical.
Yeah.
It's very critical.
It's critical. Trust you me, I can't really say I was looking forward to tell my son, wake up, or come I changed. Like the things I was looking forward to, there are things probably I couldn't do at that point.
Yeah.
And the temptation, of course, of basing all your expectation in marriage on that particular thing is that when you get into marriage, then chances are you'll be like,
Yeah.
he too. So it helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't lose any value
We
in my
spared
sight.
a few. I mean, like spare a few. Like don't go washing your boyfriend's clothes. Don't go cooking for
Don't
him
be a
every
wife
day.
for
You
your-
get exactly.
I get
So there's some value that is lost
Yeah.
when you do all these things that are meant to be done in marriage.
They're actually privileges. They're perks for marriage. Like
There are good things in marriage. Just save them for marriage.
Yeah, because value itaanza kupungua, and then the sad thing, and I don't know if it's just for men. I think for ladies it's their self-worth. I think you guys,
For us, we want.
you are the ones actually who feel like umeshuka bei.
Yeah.
For us sisi ni kama bei yetu iko constant.
Ushamweka king, my
Look for the
king.
next one.
Yeah.
Which is not nice. Yeah. So what happens is that now the ladies' worth is diminished, and I don't think it's also good. I mean, justice too generally. You know, weka Bible kando. Justice too. It's not nice.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
So
Why did you do that?
relationships nowadays, you tend to
Don't be
overdo
married while you're relating. Yes.
Until the whatever.
I mean, don't act
There's
married.
nothing
Like
to
you
look
said.
forward to.
Yeah. Don't be married when you're relating.
So dating couples, please don't be married when you're just dating.
Yeah.
Advise a couple that is looking forward to getting married. What's the one thing you would want to tell them?
It's good to remember two reasons. There are many, as I said. Two reasons why people get married, or why Christians should get married for that reason, or why Christians can get married. Number one is that marriage is God's design.
Yeah.
Like marriage is God's design. For example, the maker, I don't want to touch the microphone. When someone is creating something, he knows even the best condition for that thing to be used, to be enjoyed. Like if you want that microphone to work well, put it a few centimeters from your mouth. If you want it not to make sounds when you're talking, hang it on this particular way. Actually, maybe the pin wasn't there. He said, ndio ishikiliwe na mahali, acha tuongeze kapin hapa. So when God was designing marriage, he designed like he, you know, even making it between a man and a woman, making it, specific. You know, probably the only avenue where children come from. Like everything about marriage, God intricately designed it. It follows then that for you to thrive in marriage, then you need to consult the designer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah.
You need to consult the designer. Like everything God says about marriage, you can take it to the bank and you'll be given a loan. Like it's guaranteed. Like Second reason for Christians is that marriage, again, it's not, there's a greater glory. So marriage is for sanctification. That marriage is one of those.
Oh gosh.
Let me not use the institution. Let me use the person. Your spouse or your children or the people who are in that family with you. The Lord will use them in very profound ways in making you the kind of person He wants you to become.
Iron sharpens iron.
And so it's important to know that there's a bigger goal when God is instituting marriage. In as much as there's procreation, there's companionship, there's all these other things. There's something happening within you that makes you a better person. It's like a mirror. You just get married and your wife
is your
soundboard. You see how unkind you are. You see how bad you are.
To see.
And then now you trust God
for help
nisaidie sina patience, sina hii, siongeleshangi watu vizuri, nikiwa hivi mimi kuwa hivi. So marriage becomes that platform or the institution of family and become more, more and more like Jesus and less like Adam.
Wow. So we have a single person watching and anashindwa sasa wanasema nini, I'm single, my last boyfriend hurt me,
how is this relevant?
Please talk to that person.
We want to talk to the other person who actually is not just bitter, but they have also even lost their self-worth. And they're even Christians and they're wondering, they've heard these stories of ours and many others, and they feel pressure, they feel like, I'm already starting the race. It's like we are at a disadvantaged position, like we're already defeated before we even start or before we continue. I think God's grace is both restorative and potent. Like we can, it can, it does not just, when you get born again and you are justified, the Lord does not consider our past sins. And He empowers us to continue from there on. And so just pick up the pieces, and I don't believe there are any pieces.
What makes you whole? I mean,
Another statement, this one was from a book, so I'll not take credit for it. Like the love of God towards an immoral person or someone who sees themselves as sinful is constant. It is the person's reception of that love that is diminished. And this, I think, another profound statement Gentrix told me one of those days in the CU vestry in KU.
I know.
Oh,
Z39.
it was 39.
So she told me, by the way, you know that when we feel God is very far, imagine it's us who moved.
Oh my God.
Lol, he keeps reminding me. I said that, mate.
She said, like, that was so profound. I'm like,
Check
yourself.
Check yourself.
So it's us who feel that way.
But God is there.
But God is there and is on, as in his step is like he's constantly there. But because of that baggage, of that pain, of that shame, our access is limited. I know it's not limited because God doesn't want us to, but because of these other things, you know, the memory, there's also the devil who is known as the accuser of the brethren, reminding you like, no,
my friend,
you will never have a boyfriend. You now just go and be a serial.
Yeah, I know.
How do you call people who have changed boyfriends every time?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
There's no name for it, but
yeah.
I think for me, what I would tell single people is serve God and keep your focus on Him.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think if you're too much invested in, I'm getting too old, my friends are getting married, I am alone, and all that, that is all you will think about. And that is all, you'll channel all your energy to that, and it probably not, you'll be feeding your mind. Yes. So to be on the safe side, trust me, I mean God hajakusahau. God hajakusahau. So the best place to be is still in Him. Yeah, when you're in Him, everything is sorted out. Whether you think timing, man, say God, when you do timing, I mean, I know you tell me your timing is perfect, but now is the time. I know. So keep serving God, keep your focus on God. And no pressure. Walk with God. I mean, keep your lane. Tunasemanga kila mtu achukue lane yake. Don't feel the pressure that's probably around you. Be encouraged. I know it's cliche, but be encouraged. That's the way to go.
On that issue of timing, I've heard, this is sad that I'm on your platform when I'm talking about other influencers.
No, it's all right.
You know, people out there was prescribed. If you're not 25, sahau. I even read somewhere, if you're not 30, sahau. I mean, that is watering down the whole point of God's timing. Because ukifika hiyo point yenye wanasema sasa ndio time, you're asking now where is the person? But those of us who got married pre-25 or before 30, and then we start having issues in our marriage, you're like, I think it's because we got and you know, some people follow religiously influencers religiously, like probably there's someone who said to get married next year, but you had someone say kama hujafika 30 sawa, sema kaona chani nitadate tena miaka zingine 7, but sasa how do you date 7 more years because you had
someone saying
God's timing is purely that God's timing.
And you need to be in God to
know. Yes.
Just like God is the designer of marriage, is the designer of life in its entirety.
Exactly.
So for both singles and
married
and people in relationship, you can trust everything He says about life and everything.
It's just simply that.
Amazing. I am so grateful for having you guys. Like, I feel so pumped. Like, I'm not praying for a man anymore.
That wasn't the goal.
That wasn't the goal, though.
No.
Not that
but no pressure.
But I feel so inspired by you guys, and I'm pretty sure so many of our viewers out there have been blessed by the message you've shared, your message of abstaining, your message of God's timing and God's grace and all that. And I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was such a powerful episode. I hope you've learned. I hope you've written down your notes. I hope you've been inspired so much to stay in God no matter the season of your life. If you're single, umeambiwa no pressure. If you're planning to get married, anza kubudget size. If you're married, tafadhali, please stay in God because He's the designer of marriage. That's it for this episode 2 of our Love Truth. In case you have any questions, we'd love Gentrix or Steve to answer. Tafadhali, make sure you comment down below. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be scrolling through your comments to respond, and just feel free to write anything down there. Until next time, I'm your host Rozitta. See you again. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.